Previously on Checkmate 2.0, both teams were given the task to design a card for Rack Bank, which was exclusive to women. They both had great ideas and presented them well. It's now time to see what the professionals in the business really think.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Checkmate 2.0, hunt for the smartest young executive in the Middle East. Now, last episode was really interesting. Both teams worked on their first ever project as part of Checkmate 2.0. And today, the world will see their work.
That's right. And our judges will decide who's the winning team and who's going home.
Yep, it's showtime. Alright, so Team A and Team B have both made their presentations. Now, let's find out what the judges really think. Shall we?
Yes. That's Team B.
Oh, that's good. So I think that was good. So I'm leaning towards them.
So both teams were very impressive. But as they say, in the corporate world, there will always be one winner.
It's true, alright. Banali has a file there, and in that file is a whole lot of feedback for both teams on both ideas and the name of just one winning team. So, Banali, what do you think?
Yes. First of all, congratulations to both teams. You both did a fantastic job. It's not easy to come up with an idea and take it through in such a short span, so kudos to both the teams. But there was one team which was a clear winner because there was one big idea and they thought out of box and took that concept to execution, to a marketing strategy and social, and showed us how they had presented that whole thing, and their presentation skills are also exceptional. So in this case, there was one clear winner, and that team is Team B.
We went for the first task at Checkmate. It was surprising because the other team, Team A, had a lot of competent people, and the lack of insight for their presentations really made me skeptical, but I think the win was well deserved.
I was so frustrated because I had really good ideas. Like, even if I had said it out loud, I felt like nobody would actually listen because there was so much on the table.
The weakest link of my team would be Arshia. I feel that she feels that she's inferior, and she is very low on confidence when it comes to doing work.
Even I thought Arshia could have done a lot more, and she was the weak link.
Twinkle was really overconfident, so I believe that led to us becoming a weaker group overall during the presentation.
Congratulations, Team B. But Team A did a good job as well. But just a little feedback to you guys is that stick to one big idea, don't get fragmented, and don't lose focus on what that big idea is. Because consumers don't have so much time and so much attention. They need one big idea then you need to sell. So stick to that. And it's not important that every member of the team presents. Talk to your strengths. So if there are two good presenters, then it's a good idea to get them to speak. That does not mean that everybody didn't contribute. So teamwork is not about everybody showing face, but it's also about using your strengths and who's a good speaker, who's good at creative, who's good at what. So use that to your advantage rather than spreading yourself too thin. So just some points. You were very good speakers in your team as well. It's just that it just became a little bit broken up once. And so that's a little bit of feedback. Stick to one big idea and take it through. Otherwise, there were some good ideas there as well. So, there is potential, and so don't take that to heart. But good luck next time. Yes. Thank you.
The feedback that the judges did give us, it was very educational. We learned that we can really improve our presentation skills, and of course, some people did do something wrong. Everyone does, so it's okay.
Team B, you should celebrate. Congratulations.
Go outside, enjoy your moment. Please, Team A, you stay here.
It's never nice coming in second place, right? But That's the end of the good news for this particular task. Banali, thank you so much for all your feedback and your time. I'm sure all your feedback is going to be really valuable to them, not just today, but of course in their careers.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me here. Good luck to you guys. Thank you.
Hard luck. Any guesses why we've asked you to stay back?
Elimination.
Yep, elimination. But with any failure, the most important part is really assessing where you went wrong and why you went wrong, so you never make those mistakes again, right? So, Anand, you've watched them through the entire process, so you really know the entire story. Where do you think they made mistakes?
See, like Malavika rightly said, failure is just the stepping stone for success. So firstly, I mean, you have to take it in that right perspective. You should pay attention to details in terms of you saw the brief was very clear when Banali gave it, saying that you have to think out of the box, you have to remain focused. It is a team effort. So when it's a team effort, I couldn't see that kind of team effort coming through. I mean, you are all working great, but you're all working in silos, and that never works out in the corporate world. You know, you have to work together as a team. You have to give each other an opportunity to listen what the other person is saying and then come out with a cohesive strategy. So I guess that's where probably you guys need to listen more to each other, and like as she said, you need to play to your individual strengths so that collectively as a team you come out successful. But great job, all the best for the future.
So you heard what Mr. Anand had to say, right? Can the project lead please step forward? Do you take the ownership?
It could have been better managed. I think coordination was missing and a few people were overconfident, and I believe everyone should not have presented. That was where we lacked.
You've got exactly 1 minute to go back and collectively decide who was the best performer in your team.
All right.
All right, time's up. So give us that name.
I think it's Divya because she was able to manage everything well, and she actually helped me a lot to pull through the tasks and be on time since we were really short on time. So I think it's Divya.
Rohan played smart, I would say.
Divya was already selected the best performer, which I honestly think I deserve.
So well, here's the good news, Divya. You're safe. You're not going home today.
We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back on Checkmate 2.0, hunt for the smartest young executive in the Middle East. Don't go anywhere. In his file, he has a name of the person that he thought was the least performing asset on the team.
In my view, there were two people.
Welcome back to Checkmate 2.0, hunt for the smartest young executive in the Middle East.
Two contestants will be eliminated today. One of them will be chosen by the judges, and the second one will be chosen by the team itself.
Oh, this one's going to be hard. So Mr. Anand was actually watching all of you work, right? He was watching who did the hard work, who did the research, who just played the popular card. So, in his file, he has a name of the person that he thought was the least performing asset on the team.
In my view, there were two people who I was quite, kind of tossing around to think in terms of their contribution. As I said, I mean, it's a teamwork, but also it's the individuals that make up the team. So it's very important to see who is coming up with the ideas, how strategic or important is their role in the team, and in terms of their contribution, in terms of their energy levels as well. So from that perspective, I think today, unfortunately, Bhavna was to go.
I got eliminated and it was a surprise because I actually contributed a lot. I came up with the name, I came up with the features and the USP. I didn't actually try and like show it on camera, maybe that like, you know, I'm working or I have ideas or something.
The fact that I didn't step up for myself and Bhavna didn't, or Arshia or many other guys who didn't step up for themselves, is what led downfall to the team.
My points were heard, but it's just that I didn't talk much, or I didn't really try conveying it to everyone, because once I told them, they understood it. So I didn't have a reason to like keep on repeating the same points. Like a few other people, they just kept saying the same things again and again.
Sorry to hear this, Bhavna. But this will be the last task you do as part of Checkmate 2.0. Thank you for being with us. You can leave.
I feel that I should have stayed in the show longer, because I feel like I have the potential and the capacity to perform, and I did perform today, but it just didn't get along in the lines of everyone else maybe.
Did all of you for a second think that it would be your name that would be announced?
I actually thought it would be my name, because when I was doing the product design, Mr. Anand came and just spoke about the card a little to the graphic designer. So I thought that might be a hint that we are going wrong somewhere with the design. So I tried to improvise there. So I did think it would be me.
If I was the leader, I would definitely eliminate Muskan. As I said, she was the weak link. I found her, she could have given more inputs. She had the time, she had the energy, she had the ideas, but she didn't really do that. And she was with the graphic designer, and she just sat there and she designed it with him. But she could have done a lot more.
I don't feel like it's justified, because I designed 3 products, and it's very hard to make 3 designs rather than making a 8-slide PowerPoint presentation.
It's very brave of you to actually admit that, you know. Thank you very much, Anand. Thank you so much for all the time that you've spent here and for all your valuable feedback.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A pleasure.
All the best, guys.
It was very disheartening to see one contestant leaving. But as the rule of the game says, one more contestant has to be eliminated.
And who will that one person be? You guys will decide. As you already know, Divya did really well on this task, and therefore she is safe. Each of you have cue cards in your hands and pens. Take a moment, write down the name of one contestant who you think should leave the show today. Ready? Let's start with you, Divya. Whose name do you have on your card?
Twinkle, because she was a little camera nervous today, but I respect her otherwise.
I was shocked. I was really stoned when my name was taken. Coming up with my name and without any general reason was not really satisfied. So I really did not see that coming.
What about you?
I think it's Twinkle too, because she can be really overconfident at times, and that affects the performance of the group.
Rohan and Divya they've come from the same university, so they have their friendship built from there, and they were like keen on eliminating one person. So I knew like both of them would take one person's name, if not me, someone else, but they would have taken the same name. So yeah, I knew that Divya would definitely influence Rohan's behavior or his choice of elimination.
I'm sorry, but I think it's Twinkle too, because it's the first show, it's the first task we've done. I've not really got to know her that well, but she had a lot of inputs in beginning, but in her presentation I did not see those inputs coming through, and I think she could have performed better. So, because she was really confident during the discussion.
Just a request, can I change the name? I thought it'll be right. It's your call, or I don't mind.
No, you had your time.
All right, sure, thank you. I voted for Muskan. I felt that in our whole team, all of us did contribute, but I felt that, like she admitted, and also what Anand sir had referred to about the design, there could have been something she might have, well, I felt she could have presented the design even more longer. We did have a lot of time in the presentation, so that will be my decision.
Can I object to that? The presentation, when it was scripted, I was strictly told to stick to 2 lines because they wanted to focus on the advertising and the marketing.
That's why I wanted to change it.
So this is not a reason you can give to vote me. that was something that was put on me. If you can ask the team member, leader, anyone. I wanted to speak, but I was not allowed to, with everybody's consent.
Fair enough. It's only one card till now, so you don't really have much to fear.
I voted for Rohan. I mean, you did a good job, but there were times where I felt like I was handling the team when he wasn't there. I mean, I love you, buddy, but this is what happened.
What about you?
This is one of the hardest things I had to do, and it was not easy. And the reason why I chose this name was because I felt like because of this person, all our opinions could not be voiced out properly. This is my perspective, and I'm really sorry, but I think it has to be Twinkle.
Twinkle shouldn't have been voted out. Like, that was just unfair.
They just knocked me out because they thought I'm a competitor to them.
She was one of our strongest links of the team, and I think most of them actually got maybe intimidated by her because of what she could bring to the table, and that's why they just decided to take her out.
I would have loved it if they kicked me out with their skills and not just by giving me an excuse that you're incompetent and I'm just eliminating you. But yeah, if they would have performed better than me, and I would have been proudly eliminated. But today I'm not just going out with a proud feel. Like, I'm really not happy with that.
And you?
I have Muskan on my list. Nothing major, but yeah, she was with the graphic designer. So she was focused on that, and we did require help here and there. So she did not just come up to us asking for help or can I help you. So that's all. There's nothing, no major reason, but just a tiny bit.
So it's kind of unfortunate, Twinkle, but I guess that's what teamwork is all about. So, thank you, Twinkle, you're going home today.
It's really hard to even digest the fact that, I got eliminated on the first task because I really came here for the long haul and I really was expecting to win Checkmate, and in fact I knew in there like I will win it. But again, these people played their political game and they kind of succeeded because of the majority again. Sometimes you really need the majority to do. And show like Checkmate, you definitely need majority to eliminate.
What have you guys done? What is wrong with you? I mean, it was evident from a mile away.
So, technically you just eliminated the strongest person on your team?
Twinkle had some great ideas. Savings was a great idea. I'm sorry, Princess and Queen as the name of your cards when you're pitching to somebody who's known for breaking the glass ceiling? Are you sure about that thought? I mean, it isn't really the most...
You talked to them. I'm not going to let her go like that.
No.
I'm going to bring her back and I'm going to talk to her right now. I'm sorry, Twinkle, but we just felt that you just walked away accepting that you were the weakest person on the team.
I wouldn't accept that, but I kind of got disheartened because I was not expecting few people to take my name today.
I just want to say one thing.
Welcome to Checkmate 2.0, hunt for the smartest young executive in the Middle East. Welcome back, Twinkle. Why don't you join us right here?
I'm sorry, Twinkle, but we just felt that you just walked away accepting that you were the weakest person on the team.
I wouldn't accept that, but I kind of got disheartened because I was not expecting few people to take my name today. And whereas I've got this comment saying that I've been a really good person. And I've been,
don't talk to me, talk to them.
I've been confident, I've been a strong contestant. And I really looked up to you today, as when you mentioned that, I thought you meant it when you said it. But today, after this game, this is even in my profile diary, I had mentioned this, that I really want this to be a fair play and not just like a political game, like another reality show. But then this is not like fair play. This is I feel this is not at all a fair play, and I was not expecting many people to call out.
Absolutely. I mean, Rohan, what were you thinking? I mean, if as a leader, when you walk up and you say, hey, I take onus for the failure, I would have put my own name on that card. I mean, if you really did take onus for the failure, and if you really mean what you say, then mean what you say, right? You can't put your best performer who came up with the single good idea that you guys had on that card. It's just not right.
I feel there's already this group thing going on.
Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah, I even felt that right now in the end. I felt there was already a group, and there was like a group and a group. You know, there was a group inside the group. So I did not just comment over it because I was like, again, they're just going to, you know, the fire is just going to go on. So I was just leave it there. But then I thought things would be fair enough. And I'm really happy for few people who just did not take my name because they stood for what's right and they stood for what's fair. I really look up to you guys. But then somewhere I'm just disheartened with some people. But yeah.
So, who according to you is the weakest link on that team?
I really think Muskan could have done a little more. She was definitely given, I wouldn't say she did a bad job. She did an exceptional job at that. But she could have done a little more, like she could have come up to us and helped us with marketing and any other.
I just want to say one thing. I came to the table 3 times while the designer was doing the designs, and I helped quite a few people out. Maybe not you, but others. If you didn't notice, I'm just making it noticeable to you.
I'm just saying, this is a platform, we just put our points.
I'm just making my point clear to you as well. So I was there at the table 3 times when the graphic designer was busy doing his job and I was not required over there.
It's great that you're being nice to one another and all that, but there's a lot at stake here. There are careers at stake, you know. This isn't just about winning a few brownie points and, you know, still calling each other for a coffee after this. So, I don't know, well, unfortunately, Twinkle, I'm sure you have plenty of opportunities everywhere else in the world. And the people who are going to feel the most pain of you going is this team. So, I guess serves them right.
So thank you, Twinkle. Thank you for coming back and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Twinkle.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, that's how the corporate world works like. Your colleagues, your friends, some stay, some go.
But the good bit is that good and not so good things do come to an end, which means tomorrow, a fresh new start, a fresh twist, and a new time to prove yourself. We meet again on the next episode with a brand new twist and a new task. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Remember, your 5 minutes to look around the store will start in just a few seconds. Be back here before that clock touches 00, all right? Go!
4, 3, 2.
Where's your team?
Guys! This is really disappointing. I think we were very clear when we told you you'll have to be back in 5 minutes.